Welcome back everyone. The new Mortal Kombat was released recently and I've spent a good couple of hours with my friends playing it and having fun in general, but that doesn't mean I've neglected Tarkov at all. In fact, I tried taking a calmer approach to things and I've rearranged my priorities about how I play the game. I've read all the comments from you guys about why each of you are playing this game, and it was fascinating to see how just one successful raid can make someone's day. The more time I spend in the game, the more I understand this mindset, but having a successful raid is different from person to person. For some of you it was all about disposing of someone with a ton of high-end gear and then making a successful extract with all that loot. For some it was about just making one successful extract after losing all your raids for hours before that. I found out that I fall somewhere along the lines of what Pastili is teaching in his raid series. Every small win is a win if you look at it in the grand scheme of things. When I load into a raid, my eyes are always set on a task I need to do. Let that be collecting food for Jaeger or med supplies for Therapist, I'm always looking for something specific. At the same time, I keep a sort of secondary task in the back of my mind in case my first plan becomes impossible to complete. These secondary objectives can range anywhere from killing X amount of scavs to just trying to get out with a new weapon that I could use in my next raid. This has 100% elevated my gameplay and overall enjoyment of the game. Sure, I still die a lot, but I'm less paranoid about moving around the map now. I walk and sprint confidently as I can't afford to crawl in fear of being seen by any of the other players or scavs on the map. If anything, that's just more practice for me with the guns I own, and that's something that translates into the future as well. Dying is something that you can't avoid in EFT, and losing your precious loot is something that can definitely bring your spirits down if it happens a lot. But for me, it's about what I do between two deaths that matter. Did I learn something new in that period? Maybe a new map or a new extract point? Did I become more aware of surrounding noises that scavs and players make? Have I become more comfortable with handling ambushes and holding my own in firefights? I focus on these sorts of experiences more than accumulating wealth and gear. Rubles and gear come and go, but game knowledge stays with me for this wipe and the next and the ones after that. I'm not trying to be a smartass here. There are plenty of other people who are watching this right now and are way more knowledgeable than I am. I'm just trying to explain how I play the game, and so far I got to say it works pretty well. If you want to take away something useful from this video, here are a few bullet points. Focus on small goals that you can achieve. A quest item might be worth more than a full backpack of high-end gear that you lose on the next raid. Try to develop skills that translate well into the next wipes, like general game knowledge, map knowledge, aiming skills, and so on. Try to make the most out of every PMC raid you do, and don't be afraid to extract earlier than usual when the task you've come in to do is complete. It is completely fine to do 0 to hero raids where you grab a cheap set of gear and load into factory to try and hone your PvP skills. Being in a million firefights will grant you more chances at coming out on top of them and leaving with the prize. And lastly, you can always take a break if you feel like there are too many cheaters playing or when you had a bad series of raids. Just getting up for an hour and doing something productive like a few exercises or some chores around the house will give your brain a few easy wins. This winning mentality translates back to the game when you load in later. Your PMC will be at full health and you'll jump into the next raid boosted by that confidence you've just got by accomplishing things in real life. Thank you so much for watching this video. Drop a like and comment below if you feel like I've deserved them. I try to read and reply to every comment, even though YouTube bugs out a lot and it's a pain to track them. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on future content like this one. With that, I bid you farewell and I see you all next time.